to some new card decks that have arrived. I'm coming to you from a different room today. This is my upstairs room where I spend time just chilling with my interests. The cards that I received this week, I'll just move this out of the way, sorry, I've got some candles lit here, candles all over the place. The cards that I have received this week are lovely. I have the Dame Darcy Queen Alice Tarot that we'll look through first, and then I have the 4 Neo Rider decks. Now we have already looked at the Neo Rider Shadow deck, but we're going to look at the other 3 and have a look at them, how they compare. Now I'm not going to be able to zoom in because I need something to hold my camera up above. When I work that out, the camera work will be a lot better. Now the Dame Darcy is a deck that I had my eye on for quite some time, but never actually got round to buying it, and it came up in a sale on Etsy this last week. So I thought, well, not this last week, sorry, a few weeks ago. So I ordered it, and here we are. On the back it says, "Long has paled that sunny sky, echoes fade and memories die. Autumn frosts have slain July, still she haunts me phantom-wise. Alice moving under skies, never seen by waking eyes." And that's by Lewis Carroll. And I like the fact the way it's been handwritten on the back. You can see, let's see if you can see, there you go. We need something there for that light, don't we? And there you can see the box. It's one of these, there you go. One of these, you know, the ones that open up like a little treasure chest type of thing. And inside there we have that strange cat. Now, when this deck arrived, this is how it arrived, just like this. There's no book with it, which is great, but it is an RWS system. So you've got the lovely metallic gilding on the edges. The only thing that I was a little disappointed with is the shininess of the cards. They're very highly glossy. When I put them to the light, you can see how glossy they are. So they arrived. The card stock's okay. It's not bad card stock. It's just the gloss. This is the only Dame Darcy deck I have, so I'm not aware of what the mermaid, I think it's a mermaid tarot she did. I'm not quite sure what, I know it's more, I think it was more matte, that deck. Now, when I opened this up, I thought, now only for the fact that it was, the box was wrapped in cellophane, I thought, oh my gosh, have I got a second-hand deck? I haven't at all. But what it was is that the majors come totally mixed up. They weren't in any order whatsoever. So it was like the Mad Hatter had been in and scrambled them all around. So I'm going to, I just started putting, I thought, oh no, just to show them as they are. So this is the Fool. And those are the backs of the cards. They're nice. They are very nice. They're lovely. I do like it. It's very different. It's its own style. So there we have the Fool. And this is our Magician. Now it does go out of order. Then we have Judgment. The High Priestess. The Empress. The Hanged Man. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, is that our Mad Hatter? A little Johnny Depp looking there. Sam, give me 2 minutes while I'm doing this. Sam's trying to get in on the act here. Down you go, sweetheart. Down you go. Good boy. The Wheel of Fortune. Strength. Temperance. We have the Moon. Justice. Chariot. The Devil. That's quite nightmarish, isn't it? Tweedledum and Tweedledee with the devil in between them. Then we have the Sun. the Lovers, the World, the Star, we have Death, the Hermit, the Emperor, the Hierophant, and our Tower. Poor Humpty Dumpty. So those are the majors. The minors came in order. So let's have a look. We'll grab the first set, the first suit, and that's Wands. Ace, 2, 7 of Wands is quite different. Look, Serpent. 8 of Wands. I do like the 8 of Wands. I love the roses that are blooming there on the little stems. 9 of Wands. Here we've got the 10 of Wands with that weird Queen. Queen of Roses. The Page of Wands. Beautiful little eyes on that massive dog. The Knight. The Queen. And the King. So they're Wands. You know, the art is very much how you would envisage art to go with Alice in Wonderland, you know. And it's actually lovely to see. It's quirky. Our next suit is the suit of Cups. This reminds me, I almost expected to see something like drink me and eat me written on the cake and the cup. There we go. I like that 3 of Cups. 4. Just bear with me, my dog's chewing something. Okay, it was the toy. So we're at the 5. The 6 of Cups. Now, isn't that a lovely 6 of Cups? I really like that. It's almost like the person reading is hugging their inner child. I really do like that. Looking at this, the person looking back on their own past, reminiscing maybe whilst reading. That is lovely. 7 of Cups. 8. The 9 of Cups, the Mad Hatter's Tea Party. The 10 of Cups. And here we have the Page of Cups, and there's that little bottle with drink me on it and the key on the table. The Knight of Cups. Queen of Cups. And finally we have the King of Cups in the suit of Cups. Now let's move on to the suit of Swords. Ace. That's the 2. The 3 of Swords. You can feel the anger there in that, can't you? You can really feel the anger in that. 4. 5 of Swords. 6. 7 of Swords. They're almost hanging there like, you know, the sword of Damocles, really, but 7 of them. The 8 of Swords. There's actually, you know, our 8 of Swords usually depicts not knowing which way to go and how to escape from a particular situation or scenario. But look at that, that actually looks like painful, you know. 9. 10 of Swords. Poor Humpty after his fall from the tower. Then we have the Page. The Knight. The Queen. And the King. Now our final suit of pentacles. The Ace. 2. 3. 4. 5. 6. 7. And see, you know, it's the 8 of Pentacles with the work. There he is decorating the coins with the pentacle. 9. 10. And we have the Page. The Knight. The Queen. Last but not least, our King. And I do like the pansies down here, aren't they lovely? I love growing them every year in my hanging baskets and plant pots in my garden. These are the cards that, you know, the sort of ad cards that come with it. I'm definitely going to keep that as a bookmark. I love it. I think it's great. And that too, actually. Not bad. So, folks, that is the Dame Darcy Queen Alice Tarot. And it's really quirky. I do like the card stock. I would have preferred it if it wasn't so glossy. However, when I say preferred it, I would have liked it not to have been so glossy, but not necessarily preferred. Do you know what I mean? It is good. I do like it. So this is one that I want to read with. I actually have somebody in mind that I like to do reading with those for. So that is good. Now, the Neo Riders. I'm not going to go through the whole deck of them because we are all very, very familiar with the RWS Tarot. So what I'm going to do is take a card from each so that you can see the difference. And, you know, I'm going to be perfectly honest with you here. The likelihood is that 2 of these decks won't be used to read with. They will be in my collection as part of this series. That it's you know, the Neo Rider Tarot collection, and they are beautiful. They really are. The reason I probably won't read with them but keep them as part of a collection is because of I struggle to hold them because I do have arthritis in my hands. I also have a hand that's growing very fat. I've had to take my wedding rings off and things with lymphedema, so it makes it very difficult, and my hands don't, you know, so when these cards slip all over the place, it can be frustrating. However, I love them. They are gorgeous. So let me get them out and I'll show you. Now, if you recall, some time ago I did do a walkthrough on the Shadow Neo Rider. That was the one that arrived first. And it's once I got this that I decided I wanted the entire collection. The boxes are lovely. They have that sort of buttery feel to them. And yeah, they all have that feel. So we have the Shadow deck, and look at the way the colour shines on the deck, how it changes on the box. We have the Neo Rider Royale, and that's whereas that is sort of holographic and changes colour. This is gold. We then have the Antique in this box here. And again, that is metallic, a metallic look about it. Doesn't shine as much as the others, but is equally gorgeous. And then we have the Lovers. Okay, so that noise of my dogs playing in the hallway. So I'm just going to take a card out of each, and the books that come with them, each deck comes with a book like this. They have exactly the same information in them. In a way, I think it would have been more, I don't think they needed a book to go with them, because when I've gone through the books, there's nothing that you couldn't have already applied to this. But on saying that, the books come with them. They're nice little books. They're part of the set. So let's have a look, see what we have. This, as I say, is the shadow. Now this is all mixed up because I have shuffled it. So we'll take a card. Let me just see if I can. The other. Just make those there. I want to try and find. I'll get a card that it's the same for each one. So we'll look at the 5. So the 5 of Pentacles. There. We'll look at the same in this one next, I think. The reason I'm choosing these 2 first to show you, there's a reason behind it. Woohoo! 5 of Pentacles I chose, wasn't it? Ooh. Let's have a look. Now this deck is more matte gold around the edges, and it is almost like stroking velvet. It is so lovely to hold. Absolutely beautiful. I will be reading with this. I do think that this is actually my favourite out of the collection. Sammy. You can see that's that sort of. It's a matte gold, but it almost looks sort of mustardy. It's nice. It's lovely. I love the backs too. And then the Royale. And the reason I've chosen the 5s is because the amount of detail in them, so that you can see what they look like. This has the gold edge, okay? Lovely metallic gold. And this is another deck that I love the colour of it. So, the first 2 are the 2 I'm unlikely to read with. Not because there's anything wrong with them, it's just that I struggle to hold them because they are slippy. And they're coated in some sort of foil that gives it a metallic-like feel and a durability. If you can see that everything is metallic on it. It is stunningly gorgeous. That's the back of the shadow deck. And there you can see the detail. See, that detail is absolutely gorgeous. The Lovers deck is the same. It's that foil, but it's done in this sort of, you can see it's in this rose pink colour. It's beautiful, stunningly beautiful when you have it in your hand, right? The backs are gorgeous. Same design, but in the different colour as the back of that. This one is even more metallic than this one, you know. Now, when you're looking at this card in your hands, as beautiful as it is and as different as it is, it's not clear. It's quite not difficult to pick out the images because we know what's on that card, but it's not the easiest to see. It is beautiful, and if you're buying them as part of a collection, I would. You know, there are people there that would absolutely love reading with these. I would find it difficult because I find them difficult to hold and not have them all over the floor. Then we have the antique, which I adore. Again, in a way, that it's like a sort of very dark blue as opposed to a background, and it still has that metallic look. Okay, but and in a way, without the colour, it's a little like, if you look at those two, because they've just got the one colour in the, you know, the background and the one colour with them, they are a little hard on the eyes to see detail. I know detail wouldn't be hugely necessary for us on this particular deck because we're all aware of what this card is, but it's beautiful in its own right. I do love that one, and I also love the Royale. The Royale has got colour with it, and you can see it's easier to see, it's easier to pick out. So if we were to compare the two, you know, the Royale is much easier to sort of pick out the characters, pick out the patterns, and pick out the expression on the faces, really. If we were to compare the two metallic ones, the Shadow and the Lovers, again you can see it's easier to pick out the one that has the colour in it. Now, I do love all of them. I cannot say that I'm sorry I bought any of them, because I certainly am not. I love them. For ease, for me personally, for reading, I would use the Royale and the Antique. I like the Antique because I love the colour of the card. I love the feel of it. It has a much softer feel to it than the other three decks. It feels gentler. It feels, whereas this is etched in here, it's not as deeply etched in. The centre is, the metallic part, but not around here. It just feels creamy, if that makes sense. It feels beautiful. And yes, I think this is what I will read with predominantly when I'm using my Neo Riders. Just to pick out, just to give you an idea, sorry, of if you are to look at, this is the Neo Rider Shadow deck. It just falls all over the place. It's beautiful. In fact, it's stunning, but it's not one that I will feel in control of when I'm shuffling, when I'm dealing. When I put a card on top of it, no, that's not doing it now, typical. But if I was to put a card down, they tend to slide. They just glide over. It's very, very slippy. Okay, very slippy. But it's stunningly beautiful and something that really enhances a tarot collection. And then we have our Lovers here. Pop this back in. Now this deck's not shuffled yet, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to shuffle it. I want to keep these two here. I love the advert cards. I don't think you could probably riffle shuffle, but I think if you riffle shuffle, you take the chance of it shooting all over the place. Have a look. Let's, whoa, see, it's not easy. Right, here we go. Now, you get the riffling, but yes, I've managed to sort of arch it. I wouldn't call it I wouldn't call the bridging fantastic because it slides, as you can see. You could riffle without bridging. Very handy to do that because they just knock, slide into each other. You wouldn't get that with the Antique, I don't think, because I think they would hold on to each other and Beautiful, stunning, absolutely gorgeous. And I am so glad I have it in my collection. See, they're not easy to see, to make out, but when you sit and look at them, I'll probably use them for myself. Yeah. So that's that. Now, let's have a look here. This is our antique. Let's put those advert cards there and there. Please stay in a nice little pile. There we go. And oh gosh, these are just so beautiful to hold. Yeah, there we go. I also love the matte edging on this. I really love that edging. I love the cards, I love the cardstock, I love the feel of it. Ooh, it's so soft. Right, let's have a look here. Now, okay, we've got it. Now you couldn't push them in as easy because they do sort of stick to each other. Much better for bridging. But shuffling them in together like that, not great, because I was right in saying they do pull each other, because it's got almost a velvety, suede-y feel about it. Stunning, I have to say, absolutely stunning. Okay, and then, yeah, so they're lovely, absolutely gorgeous. Do I love them? Of course I love them. And pop those there. They're advert cards. All my advert cards, I'll tell you what I'm thinking of doing with them, because I've got so many of them at this stage of, although I'm doing my tarot journaling and I'm creating like a tarot grimoire, I'm contemplating creating like tag pockets that you can slide in, and every so often having these sort of insert pockets that I've made and popping these inside to have a collection of them. I don't know, might be an idea. Now here we are, here's the other one, the Tarot Royale, the Neo Rider Royale. Come on, Elaine. Here's the ad cards, and here's the stunning deck. Now, I don't really want to try riffling these, and I'll tell you why. Somebody said that this deck is stunningly beautiful, but when they shuffled after the first shuffle, the gilding started coming off. Well, we'll have a look. I'll just be very gentle with them, because if that's the case, I don't want to ruin them. Yeah, that's just, let's have a look. They seem okay to me. Will we chance a riffle? Let's chance a riffle. Okay, the lovely colours in them. It really is beautiful. I do like it. It's pale, pale blue. A little bit white on the camera. Okay. Riffle nicely. Bridge okay, but riffle nicely. See the lovely colouring in them. Beautiful. So people, here we have the Neo Rider collection. Am I glad I added it to my tarot collection? I most certainly am. So folks, on that note, I'll love you and leave you, and thanks for watching. Just a short one today. Look after yourselves, stay safe, and chin up. it's not always going to be like this. Take care. God bless.